Hey guys, Luke here. Just wanted to showcase this dragon build I've been playing. I used to play the Spellblade build, but I wanted to try something different, so I switched over to this. So I'm gonna go over my stats, which I use about 25 in Vigor, 20 in Mind. I've been raising it up every level after getting my Arcane to like level 41 and my Faith to 24. To equip the highest faith cost dragon spell. I only get enough faith to reach the little requirement on each spell that I have, so the rest would go into arcane, and that would be where most of your damage comes from, because your seal scales really well with arcane more than faith, but faith also scales it, so you want both. But I went ahead and started putting points into mind because the build is so FP intensive. Like, I'll show you how much FP this takes. Look. Let's do Dragonfire. That was half of my 172 FP pool, which is quite a bit. So you're going to want a decent amount of FP and maybe some items that restore FP, like this Sacrificial Axe here restores FP on kill. And all you have to do is have it in your offhand. You don't have to kill stuff with it. And then this Talisman does as well. And I'll go over later where you can get these. You'll want to start this if you're starting at level 1 as a prophet, because they have the highest base faith and arcane. You'll see that my int is pretty high, and it shouldn't be. Those are wasted base stats because I chose a astrologer which starts at 16 int, which is not what you want to do. So you want to take that prophet class, and yeah, let's move on to the next section. Alright, so I'll quickly go over gear, and I'll go in more depth on the key important items of the build and where to get those for you later on in the video. The Dragon Communion Seal is the seal you'll use for dragon spells, because as you can see under passive effects, it boosts Dragon Communion Incantations, and that'll help raise the damage on those. And as you can see, it scales really well with arcane stats, so that's going to be your main stat. The axe I use in my offhand is a Sacrificial Axe. I use this axe because it has effect that restores a small amount of FP on enemy kill, and you don't have to kill with the axe. As long as you kill anything with anything, it'll restore FP, so really nice to have. I barely ever swing it, but the FP to get back is really nice, and I pair that with this talisman here that also restores FP on defeating enemies, so they stack really well, and I get like 7 FP back per kill, which is really nice. And then the helmet I use is Silver Tier Mask because this gives 8 arcane stat, and this drops off the Mimic tier boss in Nokron where you first get in there. That's pretty late game, so just sort of wear whatever helmet you have that fits you while you're leveling, and then same with the rest of the gear, just whatever has the most defensive stats without making you fat roll. The talismans I use are America's Scar Seal because this gives you 3 in Mind, 3 in Int, 3 Faith, 3 Arcane. And I already showed you this one. And the Faithful's Canvas Talisman, which raises the potency of Incantations. I don't really know how much more. I can't really tell a big difference. You can just sort of mix and match whatever works for you. Like, this one here shortens spell casting time. This one lowers FP consumed by skills, which I don't really think it does that much. And there's a health one, or FP off your tier flask. Just anything that works for you would be best. Alright, so now I'm going to go over where you can find your dragon spells so you can begin casting them. The first step where you first spawn, just take a left, head down to the coast, run past the giant, and there's a coastal cave. You'll want to head through the cave, and then once you clear and kill everything in there, you'll pop out over there on that mouth where my head's at, and I'll go ahead and teleport over and show you guys the shrine itself. Once you head inside, there is a shrine right here where you can buy your first 3 early game dragon spells. Dragon Maw, Dragon Claw, and Dragon Fire. The best one's Dragon Fire. I recommend getting that one first. It's massive damage in an area. And you'll need 1 Dragon Heart per spell. And to get Dragon Hearts, you'll have to slay boss dragons. And there are some early on that you can get organically, but if you don't wish to wait till you get some of those, there is a cheesy strat you can do, and to do that, you would want to spawn in the first step and then take the road this way to the Gatefront Ruins, head through the Gatefront, run past everything. You want to have a horse for this. And then once you're at the shack, make a right, head over across this bridge through here, and then you'll reach Caelid. Keep continuing along the road till you reach the Caelem Ruins Grace. You can pick that up, so just in case you die, you can spawn semi-close. And then right about right here, there is a jump over, and you can jump over into, or no, not right here. It's more like right here. You'll jump over, and then you'll see the bonfire for Dragon Barrow West. And I'll run back and show you what that jump over looks like so you don't miss it. Careful of enemies around here because they will kill you. But yeah, the Grace is over there somewhere, and you just hug the east side. Once you reach this point right here where you can jump across, do that. Head up to the Grail's Dragon Barrow Grace, grab that just in case you die, and then continue along the road. I believe there is a map fragment right here you can pick up so you can see. There's 2 dragons here, but they are very slow and they don't fly or cast spells or anything like that, so you can just avoid them. This area is an in-game area, so I wouldn't recommend trying to fight anything. It's likely all got way too much health and will one-shot you. Also, you'll want to bring a bleed weapon with you for this next trick I'm about to show you. Okay, so once you reach here, there's going to be more of those dragons there around this area, and there's going to be a massive dragon who is like sick or something and he can't move, and he'll just be like right here. So you'll want to go behind him, behind his wing, where the other dragons can't get to you, and then like around like right here or so. And you'll get your bleed weapon out and you'll beat on this dragon for however long it takes to kill him. It might take a while. And then once you finally kill him, he'll drop 75,000 runes, or if you pop one of these, he'll drop 100,000. And he'll also drop 5 dragon hearts, and you can use those hearts to buy your spells. And once killing him will also unlock another dragon spell, which I believe is Grail's Roar. And then once you reach sort of your mid-game, or I guess you could do it early. If you want, you could also head south. Once you're at those Caelem Ruins, head south along the road, and then you'll reach Cathedral Dragon Communion. Then once you get in here, you'll find another Dragon Communion Shrine. And this one is going to be your end-game dragon spells. They're a little more pricey, and you also unlock additional spells once you finish other named boss dragons. And I'll go ahead and show you what those spells look like and what they do. Alright, so Dragonfire is an area of effect Dragon Breath, classic dragon style, and you can aim it sort of however you want. Glintstone Breath is the magic version of that. And then Dragon Claw is like an area of effect circular slam. Dragon Maul is a massive damage bite attack. This does a ton of damage. I'm talking a ton, like 2,000 at my level. And then Dragon Ice is another breath attack that is frostbite infliction. And then we have the Rotten Breath, which is rot infliction instead of frostbite. And it does damage over time. And then the certain named bosses will drop this version of each spell. So this is the Rot Breath version that allows you to cast mid-air. As you can see, I'm really high up. It sort of works just like you can just do it off the ground too. Really cool. So that's how you get your spells, and that's what they do. There are other spells I don't have unlocked yet that drop from other bosses, and I can't show them to you now, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing those ones, and next I'll show you where you can get your Dragon Communion Seal. Alright, so now I'm going to show you where you can get your Dragon Communion Seal. Very in the beginning of the game, right where you first started, there is this bonfire here called the Stranded Graveyard, right before the first step, and there was normally a fog wall here you couldn't get through. You probably wondered why. And there are 2 imp statues here, and you can stick stone sword keys in them. Let me see here. These right here, you find them all over the world, but if you're first starting the game and you have no idea where to get any of these, where I first got mine was in the south here, on this island, and you'll want to get to this island anyway because this is where you get the axe that I use to restore FP on kill, and I'll show you where to get that next after I show you the Communion Seal. But all the way on the western side of the island, there's a isolated merchant shack, and he'll sell you up to 3 keys. They are 2,000 runes each, so you want to farm a little bit and buy 2 of them and open this door here. First thing you're going to do is just jump straight down and start sprinting. Wait right here for the chariot to come. Try your best not to get hit by this guy because he will one-shot you no matter what level or health you're at. And then just start sprinting some more behind him. You can make it to the second entryway. And then head back down here. There is enemies here, so be careful. And wait for the chariot to start heading back up. Then drop down, and this will buy you enough time to run straight through. Run all the way down to the end. Make a left and then right and just go straight up. And then there's a bunch of enemies that spawn here. You can either kill them or run past. I think only one will follow you up because the chariot comes up this way and kills the rest. I'll just kill him real quick. And then once you get up here, there is a guy in a room. He has some fiery incantations he casts. He wasn't too hard if I remember correctly, but should be an easy kill for you. And then you just kill him. And then once you kill him, he'll drop the incantation Dragon Communion thing for you. And that's how you find the seal. And to find your axe that restores FP on kill, you'll head to the southernmost island on the map and head down to Castle Morn. You can also go here, that would be fine. We just need to head over this way. Make sure you rest at the Grace and make it nighttime. That's important because there's a certain boss mob that only spawns at night. Let me pass time. Nightfall. There is a massive bird boss. I'm not sure what level he is. I don't remember him being entirely too hard. But if you can clear out this area, you should be able to handle that boss. So we'll head this way, and then up the left side here. And if it is nighttime, once you reach up above on that cliff face area, a monstrous black bird, Grim Reaper looking guy will spawn once you hit like right here. It'll spawn right behind you. And then take him on and he will drop this axe. And it's really nice for getting that FP on kill. Kinda needed in this build since it's so FP intensive. Alright, so next I will showcase sort of like the kill, the like AoE kill potential of the build, and you guys can see the power of it. Okay, so here's a little showcase of what kind of crazy area damage this build can do. I like to use the breath because it's the cheapest FP wise and does very good damage. It does magic damage, so. There's one dog dead. Just wipes whole packs of monsters out. And it has super range too. But yeah, it's a little showcase of the damage you can do, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this little build. I don't think I forgot anything, but if I did, let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you want to see more Elden Ring content. See you in the next vid.